Hello and welcome to Back to School Night 2020-2021. This is the little video for the 7th grade English class. I am Mr. Sam Wilson-Moses.
And I am Ms. D. Horsburgh. Welcome to 7th grade English.
And we're very glad you're here. So just a little bit about myself. I actually probably know a bunch of you guys. This is my third year teaching at DCIS. This is my first year teaching 7th grade English. Last year I taught 6th grade, so I know a bunch of our students and I know a bunch of families from that. So I'm really excited to continue working with those students. I have a master's in teaching in culturally and linguistically diverse settings from the University of Colorado in Denver. Why I love teaching English, I just love instilling a love of reading, writing, and words. Also, I think kids are the most fun.
My name is Dee Horsburgh. This is my second year at DCIS. It's my 27th year of teaching altogether. I have a lot of degrees from various universities around the country. I won't go into all those details, but I love learning everything. So I've kind of put a stop to the getting more degree thing because, it's just a lot of time and money. But I certainly enjoy learning. And I do try to hope to pass that off or model that for kids. My favorite thing about teaching English is it's really just the words. I mean, I love words, and I love teaching and showing kids how to use words to most effectively communicate their thoughts, ideas, feelings, their understandings of the world.
Oh, extra slide.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know yet. All right, so we have 4 units that will complete this school year. Right now we're on a long walk to water, so all students should have their own copy of it because we need it every single day. Then we're going to move on to The Outsiders, which is a very popular book, and some of you may have read it yourself. And then we have Chains by Lori Halsey Anderson. And then we have The Big Thirst, and that's more of our research unit. Do you want to add anything about any of those units, Mr. Wilson-Moses?
No, I think we've got a pretty well fleshed out unit for this first one. We're just going to, given all of the uncertainty of this year, we'll see how these things go, but this is the current plan.
Sounds good. Take it away.
So for extra help, this is one of the things that I would really, as parents and family members and guardians, I would encourage you guys to talk to your students about. Office hours, extra help. So every Monday and Wednesday from 2:10 to 3:10, I will be available in my Google Meet classroom. Students should know how to get there, but if they don't, that's pretty easily accessible in Schoology. I'm happy to talk to students or parents if parents have questions, or by appointment outside of that. I'm pretty accessible if you have other times. If those times don't work for you and you want to talk to me another time, by all means, hit me up and we can come up with something that works. Really great opportunity for students to drop in and ask for help. I've talked to so many students this year who have not turned something in or have turned in work that clearly they weren't sure about. And then I asked them and they said, yeah, I just didn't understand it. And that's so understandable, right? It's so understandable that people would struggle with that in this bizarre learning environment. But also, it's my job to help students through that. So I really encourage all of our students to come and speak with teachers. I think that's a really valuable habit to build into your career as a learner. So come talk to me Monday and Wednesday, 2:10 to 3:10, or by appointment.
Plus, we also it's another way for us to get to know each and every one of your children. It's much harder to build those relationships with the students that we don't already know in this remote setting. So having a little smaller group or just one-on-one, it really just makes it feel a little bit more like the school that we miss. As far as grades go, we have you can see the individual grades in Schoology, but it's also in Infinite Campus. If you already have access to Infinite Campus but not Schoology, you should still be able to keep up with your child's grades. Those get posted every Friday afternoon. We have a new school policy this year, so if a student doesn't complete an assignment or it's just absolutely missing, student automatically gets a 50% until they complete that work for each of those assignments. We're not using zeros this year because if they get a lot of zeros, it's just really, really hard to come back from that. We find that it's really demotivating. If you're at a 50%, it's not that it's going to take work to bring it up, but it's not going to feel like you're climbing a mountain in a pair of flip-flops. So just wanted to throw those out there. You want to explain the bottom half of that slide?
Yeah, just in terms of how to read it, because we're not marking it as missing, you'll just see that it's a 50% score. So most of the things that I put in the grade book are out of 10. So if you see a 5 out of 10, that probably means that assignment wasn't turned in. And for what it's worth, we're not going to be, or at least I'm probably not going to be putting grades in for at least about a week after something was due to give students time to get those in. So if it was due more than a week ago and you see 50%, that probably means it's missing. Important documents. I don't really have a document to go with this, but I don't at all have a document to go with this. One really helpful thing you can do as a parent is set up a parent account on Schoology. It's a great way for you to hold students accountable or for you to just keep up to date with assignments, activities, due dates, things like that. So if you need help making a Schoology account and you want to see parent info, I'll just say go here. You're not going to be able to click on this, so pause the video here, open a new tab, do that.
I'm pointing to it on the screen with my cursor. So it's just the tinyurl.com/Y5ZE3GPN. All right, here we have a little list of ideas of what you can do to support your children at home. Really having that Schoology access is very important. We send out messages to families all the time, so we want to make sure that everybody is, is getting those messages. It's a great way for you to just check your student's calendar, right? See what's due when. On their Schoology main page, on the right-hand side of their main page for each course, it gives a list of upcoming assignments and when they're due. So it's very, it's a pretty user-friendly software, I think, in general. If you notice that, hey, when you're in the grade book and you see all these 50% grades, that's a good time to have that conversation, like what's going on, because in a normal in-person school setting, we would be able to just talk about it one-on-one in a private, manner, and that's not as easy to do using the remote learning. So any support that you can offer your children at home is going to be really, really valuable. Even if your support is, I need you to go to office hours. Okay? A lot of the kids are great about speaking up for their needs, but it's something that we try to encourage every student to do. If you know that if your student and it tends to be maybe quieter or less likely to advocate for themselves, please encourage them to continue to do that, because that's the best way for us to really be able to help every single child.
Finally, just contact information. This is available on the website. It's available on the syllabus, which you guys should have all seen. And I think a bunch of you guys have this from last year. Also, a bunch of you guys have my cell phone number. So feel free to hit me up if you have any questions. I really love hearing from families about concerns about whatever is going on and whatever supports you guys need. So thank you guys all. Really appreciate you guys being here for back to school night. In this bizarre year, I'm glad we're all in this together.
Thank you so much. We look forward to working with you and your child all year.
Bye. I'm stopping recording now.